Hello everyone, this is Javamonk, and welcome to episode 2 of my mod making series. So, some stuff has been done off camera, and we now have cherry trees, which I changed the texture of the logs and planks a little bit. Cherry planks can now be turned into cherry stairs, cherry doors right here, which have a cute little heart in them, cherry fences, cherry fence gates, which don't connect properly to fences just yet, but they do actually lower themselves when connected to cobblestone walls, so I have no idea what's going on there, as well as cherry slabs. Yeah, these still don't look right. You have no idea how difficult it was to get that working. Double slabs. Okay, I'm going to speak on behalf of all Mojang developers anytime somebody suggests to them to make slabs and stairs of every single block in the game. That felt better. Seriously, these slabs were insanely complicated to make. And that this was an entire 2 days of non-stop hair pulling, getting this to work without crashing the game, and also getting this and this. And it still doesn't look right. See, over here, in my hand it looks wrong. It looks only fine if I hold it from third person. I'm sick of it. Just sick of it. I don't know what to do. Okay. These fences, I don't know how to fix this problem. So, once I got all the frustrations out of the way for cherry wood, it was a matter of cherry doors. You would think that cherry doors would be the most complicated thing to make, right? Because you have 100 million different properties, you have 2 blocks, and villagers need to be able to open them, you need the ability to power them with redstone. But no, this was actually super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Turns out that the doors, they're actually just 2 different block states of the same block, except somehow the block states are offset by an entire block from each other. I don't know how that happens, but so basically magic. Oh, and I got breakable end portal frames to have the proper texture. What else? Oh, once I got cherry wood working, I then added mushroom plank, just mushroom wood for the bread and brown mushrooms. This is inspired by a post on this subreddit called r/phoenixsc. Now, I saw the post before I realized that that image came from some other mod. I don't know what other mod that is, but I just know that it was kind of borrowed from that. So I'm pulling the idea, but I kind of retextured everything. Because honestly, we need kind of yellower planks. So that's what these brown mushroom planks are for, as well as the red mushroom planks. And yes, the doors work properly, the fence gates work properly, they still don't connect properly. And here's a big collection of all the different wood types now. As well as all the leaf blocks. Yeah, the cherry leaves, it's kind of interesting. All the leaves are green except for the cherry, which is purple. And I don't mind that. We kind of need purpley leaves. We also got some average blocks like the tomato, cauliflower, I think that's radish, carrot, turnip, potato, lettuce, and beetroot block. Those are just storage blocks. I guess might as well add hay blocks to this list. Currently, they do nothing special. There we go. So the stained glass I placed down as an example for what I want with the new types of glass, which actually work. Just, wow. I could not have done this with mCreator. This is all... See, I switched to mCreator because creating average blocks like the turnip and beetroot blocks, making those average blocks was kind of a pain. But now that I'm not using mCreator, this special type of glass is possible. Check this out. Explosion-proof glass. It's basically obsidian, except you can see right through it. So if I grab some flint and steel, boom, no damage done, because this glass is basically obsidian. Now, I don't know how to make it so you can't see the other edge through the glass. Somehow the stained glass manages to do it. I have no idea how to do that. This right here is explosive glass and nuclear glass, which, well, you can actually right-click however you want. It doesn't do anything. But I still surround it with explosion-proof glass. I'll show off how to make those explode later. Flammable glass. This is what I'm actually, I think, most excited about, because it is actually flammable. And I have the random tick speed on so I can crank it way up so that you can actually see it. So there you go. Flammable glass. This right here is opaque glass, which is fully opaque. But visually, you can't see through it, but beacon beams can shine right through. And then the opposite, fool's glass. This was very difficult to make. And at the moment, see, on one hand, you would have the black texture showing through, or you would have beacon beams be able to shine through it, or in this case, what I have right now is that if you place it down, let me just make the time day, you can use fool's glass, place it down to X-ray through the world. So yeah, that's not cool. I don't know how to fix that. I'll show you the code for it, but I have no idea how to fix that. I think I was trapping it over here. And then you have glow-in-the-dark glass. I should have kept that at night, because this thing actually glows. Cool. We have glow-in-the-dark glass. Back today. We also have redstone glass, which actually powers redstone. And it powers redstone 1 block. This is intentional. It's to make a weaker form of the redstone block. But it still has some weirdness with the redstone block. Like this. And then a new type of block, new type of glass, gravity-affected glass. Boom. It goes non-transparent as it's falling. I don't know how to fix that. So just gonna have to leave it there. And so I built a little house out of the different types of glass and the new doors. So this is fool's glass right here. This is the explosive glass, the glow-in-the-dark glass. And the entire thing is explosion-proof glass. The ceiling is gravity-affected glass. The way I'm keeping it held up is using 2 block tall flowers, because this is still a trick that works. This, by the way, broke in 1.13, so use it as much as you can. So there you go. And now, let's blow up the explosive and nuclear glass. The only way to make explosive and nuclear glass go off is if it explodes is if another explosion destroys it. This is the explosion from explosive glass, and this is from nuclear glass. So let's blow up this mountain here. Let's see, this will be a good target for the nuclear glass. but I want to save the best for last. So explosive glass first. We just place it down in this cave, and then place TNT next to it. This is the only way to set it off. We have a creeper explode next to it. And kaplooey! Explosive and nuclear glass is basically like a amplifier for the TNT. Like, this is what would be the explosive glass, and this is just normal TNT. This also gives you an opportunity to get away from the glass. And now, nuclear glass. Once again, you have to set it off with TNT or some other explosion. And were there mountains here? I don't know. I can't tell. Yeah, this thing is powerful. Let the world load and render the fact that a giant explosion just happened. I wonder if I placed nuclear glass here as well as here and here. Would they be able to touch each other with their own with the other's explosions? Let's find out. Okay, looks like it didn't. It did flatten this mountain quite well though. Let's have a creeper set this off. Wait, what? Huh. This block creeper proof? Huh. Okay. / summon. Over here. Summon lightning bolt. There we go. Now set off the charge creeper. Huh. It looks like the glass is creeper proof. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. Still didn't touch this other glass. Okay. Might as well set it off. Kaplooey. So it explodes instantly as soon as it is destroyed by another explosion. So if you're trying to set off some nuclear glass to level some things, well, you're going to need to... You have enough time for the TNT or creeper or whatever it is. And just to prove how powerful this stuff is, I'm going to put in the explosion-proof glass surrounding the nuclear glass, as well as obsidian. The great part about the explosion-proof glass is that at long last, we can actually see the explosions happening. And... Oops. That could have been really bad. Okay. But still, no damage done. Just like obsidian. So everything in Bedrock Miner's tutorial on the basic modding section has now been completed. So now we're on to the advanced modding section. And I think, and the first thing on the advanced modding section is tile entities. Now, I don't entirely understand them even in vanilla Minecraft, but I think this would allow us to do something somewhat complicated. Now, so I was thinking, I'm not going to quite start making the periodic table of elements just yet. That is an insanely large project, and there's this thing called an ore dictionary that might help us keep track of what ores go where. So instead, what I'm going to do is create a new block, and this block is I'm going to call the disking table. So what this disking table is, it's basically going to be like a DJ table. It's a more powerful jukebox. We'll see how this goes. behold, the disking table. So if I put a hopper on top of it, and I made it so it'll only accept music disks. Okay, it accepted that item from the hopper. If I shove in another disking table, it should not accept it. That's a good sign. Okay, and it accepted the disk. Now, for the moment of truth, to make sure it's saved everything, log out, log back in, and then break it. Oh my, it worked. It saved the items in the disking table. This block right here just stored these two music disks. And now, the beginnings of a GUI. Here's the player's inventory. Here's my hotbar, and oh, so it does accept items other than music disks, but not through a hopper. Interesting. Okay, so it's storing these two items in two slots here and here. Let's see if I can make a texture to make this actually make sense. And boom. Okay, behold, the disking table, complete with an inventory. So here's a couple things I want to add, which now makes sense since there's textures. I want the slider here to adjust the speed at which these disks play. I want to add a button that plays the music, a button that pauses the music, and right centered on this red dot, I'm going to see if it's possible, but if it's possible, I want a disc, well, it looks like a vinyl disc spinning around, animated texture, right here, spinning around this red dot. I'm not sure that's going to be possible. In fact, it just might not be. Let's see if we can get and especially since I don't know how to do animated textures, let's just see if I can get a non-animated vinyl disc centered on this dot, separate from the rest of the GUI. Just make it like an extra layer. Nope. Nuh-uh. Nope. What? No. Nope. 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 Nuh-uh. No. Nope. Nuh-uh. Nope. Yeah, no. Ugh, no. Forget it. No animated texture. So, a lot of time has passed, and yeah, the disking table is actually now partially functional. So, if you put any kind of music disc into either of these two slots, and then push the play button like this, it actually plays music. Unfortunately, there's no way to stop the music, and that's just because I couldn't figure out how to actually stop any kind of sound, actually. So the pause button does absolutely nothing. But the play button also kicks you out of the GUI, and if you push play multiple times, you can kind of play the song multiple times. And also, if you put two music discs in at once and push the play button, it'll play both at the same time. So it's basically like a superpowered jukebox, which also has hopper support, both for input and output. Now what would be cool is, let me just turn down the volume. What would be cool is if I could power the thing and just automatically play by powering it. I'm yet to figure out how to do that. Also the pick step music disc doesn't work yet. That will come in a later episode. So I'm going to end the episode off here, mainly because I'm going to change the style of the videos. Rather than long videos where I add multiple features, I'm going to instead make this series full of short videos where I add one, maybe two features. If that feature is applicable in multiple cases, then I'll just add all of those. But for example, something like a disking table will be one episode. Something like these lava lamps, one episode. And coming up in a future episode, This abomination is supposed to be a turkey. Yeah, I tried to make this for the Thanksgiving special, but you can see why. Yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares. Also, in a future episode, we'll add custom music discs. And yeah, just from now on, this series will be just short videos where I add 1 or 2 features. In either case, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know. I am very excited for what can come in the mod. I'll see you next episode.